Another guy that you got to talk a little bit about, Martin Emerson. He talked about the SEC kind of preparing him for what he's going to see in the NFL, at least a little bit.
It was fun, going to compete, going to compete at guys that's going to make you better every snap. You got to bring your A game and your big boy shoulder pads every game. Because like every week you're playing against a great guy, a great talent. So you got to go in and focus and lock in every play. So.
And Scott, I know you're working on a feature for Emerson. Take us a little bit through what you found and what we can expect to read in those.
Yeah, I talked to his cornerback coach at Mississippi State, and one of the things that stuck with me is, he's 6'2", so he's big, and that's rare size. And we talk about that. But also his physicality, right? Is he willing to come up and make a hit? And he said that there's a hit against Kentucky that he made early. It was like Kentucky's first drive. And he came up, it was a broken play, came up and lit this receiver up. He was Wandale Robinson, who winds up getting drafted in the second round. And Emerson got thrown out because they called it targeting. It was a close call. Looked like he had his hands out in front, but he also ducked his head a little bit. But the coach and Martin said that it excited the team. They wound up going on to win. They think that's a big reason because it really juiced up the team. And then Kevin Stefanski said, like on an early drill, he knocked down one of the coaches. And that's just another sign of his physicality. So obviously he needs to show that he can move in space, because size isn't everything and physicality is not everything. But it feels like he's got a lot of the tools. And I know the Browns are impressed with how he held down his side of the field against SEC competition, right? I mean, there's some big names that he mentioned that he went up against. So they like him off the field. His coach, Darcel McBath, said the number one strength is how he understands the game. And Emerson attributes that to the amount of film study he does. So he does really feel like a well-rounded guy, which makes you understand why the Browns took him at number 68, when really it was a surprise that they would go corner with their first pick.
And if you think about it, 6'2" corner, you almost need that with what you're going to see, especially kind of in the red zone, because there's some bigger wide receiver targets that, Chase, Jamar Chase comes to mind immediately, but you're going to have guys that he will match up better with just because he's 3-4 inches taller.
Sure, and we talk about when there's smaller corners, that's the first thing we ask about. Well, how do you make up for not having that height? And that's something you don't have to talk about with him. Now, is he as fast as those 5'10" guys? Probably not. But Kevin Stefanski pointed out that when you have a 33-inch reach or whatever it is, that helps you close the gap, right? And you don't have to be quite as close on a guy because you have that size and length to him. So it'll be interesting to see how he fits. I mean, the Browns have Ward, they have Newsome, they have Greedy Williams, they have A.J. Green. Just what kind of niche he's able to carve out for himself right away.